Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call the March 25th meeting of the Board of Adjustment for Bel Air Beach to order, and we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Kathy, could you call the roll, please?
Board Member Carol Conry.
Present.
Board Member Tony Gatliff.
Here.
Board Member David Gardella. Board Member Mark Mariano. Board Member Gerald Wizawati.
Present.
Alternate Board Member Matt Dixon.
Here.
Vice Chair Jane Mason Goldman.
Here.
Chair Mike Kelly.
Here.
City Manager Kyle Riefler.
Here.
Thank you very much. Board, the first item on our agenda is the approval of our February 4th, 2026 meeting. You've got a copy in your packet. If there's any changes, now's the time to bring them up. Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to accept the list.
Thank you, Carol.
I second the motion.
Thank you, Jerry. All in favor of the approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. At this time, folks, anybody that thinks they're going to speak today, please stand up and be sworn in.
You solemnly declare or affirm that the testimony you are about to give in this proceedings is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
I'll briefly go over the rules and procedures that we'll follow. This board will be going through a series of questions called criteria. That is one of the items in our procedures. It's very important to our board, but at this point, I'll read the variance request. Then our city manager will make a staff report. At that point, the applicant or his designated spokesperson is welcome to come to the podium, introduce themselves, and give us the information about their application. We'll have open discussion with anybody here in the meeting. At that point, the vice chairman will actually go ahead and read all the criteria, 1 through 7. It takes us a little bit of time, but we read it each time. So after that, we have a motion and a second to approve the agenda or deny the application or deny the application. We'll have a roll call vote. Pretty straightforward. Our variance tonight is at 507 Harbor Drive. Samuel Spagnola and Beverly Vandal, who are asking for a variance of 2.6 feet, a reduction in the front setback of 25 feet to a measurement of 22.4. 25 is required, 22.4 is what they would like to finish with. Kyle, when you're ready, please make a recommendation, a report, and I'm glad you got the survey up because that's critical.
Thank you. Kyle Riefler, City Manager, Bel Air Beach. I pulled up the site plan for the redesigned layout following the last hearing we had. If you recall, it was mentioned that there was a possibility of considering the encroachment to the front setback versus the previous ask for the rear encroachment. And we received these plans, and then in designing it, they realized that the encroachment was going to be less, so that's why you have the application in front of you, just because they would like to reduce the encroachment request. So now the request is a 2.6 foot encroachment, and that is, as you can see in the survey, more so on the north side of the property, where it is 22.4 feet to the cantilevered second floor. So if you compare where the footprint of this building is in comparison to 25 feet from the lot line, the footprint is not encroaching that front setback. So what we see is only an encroachment on the second level.
For anybody that doesn't know what cantilever means, you want to do a quick definition for us?
Yes, they actually have a good image in the library on the elevations of that. Here's a side view,
There you go.
and you can see both the front and the back are cantilevers. So the overhang, but not the actual footprint or foundation.
Okay. Might as well leave that page up, because I'm sure we'll need it for reference shortly.
Sure, and I think their slideshow also shows some images.
Okay. Any questions of the city manager, board? Pretty straightforward. Thank you, Kyle. Mr. Arms, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Brian Arms, 625 Court Street, McFarlane, Ferguson, McMullen, here on behalf of the applicants Sam Spagnola and Beverly Randall. I will be as brief as I can tonight, but we're prepared to answer any questions that you have. We very much greatly appreciate the feedback and direction we received from the board and from the neighbors at the last hearing. We discussed at the last hearing a 3-foot rear setback that would have included 2 levels of stairs and a lanai, which is significantly more impactful than what is being requested tonight. We have confirmed with Mr. Alan Householder at 505 Harbor Drive that he has no objection, and he put that on the record at the last meeting, but he's seen the updated plans and has no objection. Mr. Knight at 509 Harbor Drive has no objection to the front setback request for the cantilever, and Mr. Stan Sofer, Mr. and Mrs. Sofer, who live across the street at 117 Fifth Street, also have no objection, and of course, their property fronts 117th, but their backyard is essentially parallel to the front yard of Mr. Spagnola and Ms. Randall, and they have no objection at all to the request. I'll briefly run through a slimmed down PowerPoint for you, Mr. Chair and board members. We discussed this property, the current structure was built in 1950. My clients purchased it in July 2024, and it was destroyed, substantially damaged by the hurricanes only a few months later. They've never lived in the home. They're now renting in St. Petersburg. They're very much looking forward to making Bel Air Beach their forever home and getting this constructed. And so the new home is being elevated, which requires several features that the prior home didn't have, which would include stairs in the center of the building and also in the rear of the building, and also an elevator. That has caused the need to push out that first occupiable level by that 2 feet to 2.6 feet into the front setback to accommodate a shower and washer and dryer system. So that space is actually being utilized. It's not for architectural feature or aesthetics or anything like that. It is a necessary space to have the full benefit of their living space, including the additional elements required by FEMA regarding the elevator and the stairwells. One thing I wanted to note, other jurisdictions, a lot of other jurisdictions in the area allow for aerial encroachments into the front setback. Madeira Beach permits roof overhangs not exceeding 3 feet into the setback. Indian Rocks Beach permits sills or roof overhangs to extend no more than 30 inches, so 2.5 feet, similar to what we're asking for here, into the setback. Treasure Island permits roof overhangs into the setback up to 4 feet, or half of the required yard, whichever is less. And Clearwater permits building projections to encroach 40% of the setback, or 10 feet, whichever is less. So it's not uncommon, as you noted, Mr. Chair, for cantilevers on, especially on elevated homes. I'm just going to very quickly show you the previous request was for the 3 feet to the rear. This request is for between 2 feet. So we're at 23 feet setback on the bottom here, and we're at 22.4 feet setback at the top. As you know, the hardship is that this is a curved lot. It's a pie-shaped lot, and so this front property line curves. So the setback gets reduced as you move from side to side. So we're meeting the setback in certain areas, and in other areas we're upwards of 2.6 feet into the setback, but just for the cantilever structure. This is an image of the prior request. Again, this entire side here in the green was encroaching 3 feet into the rear setback, which obviously drew concerns from the neighbors regarding view corridors and things of that nature. And it was agreed that we would reduce the encroachment from less than 3 feet up to 2.6 feet and move it to the front cantilever, so this entire back structure meets the setback, despite the fact that the seawall on the property line is also curved and pie-shaped in the rear. So we just moved the building forward, and it actually results in a less of a setback encroachment than we previously proposed for the lanai and the stairs. We've already been through all of this. We feel like we've provided competent substantial evidence to support the request based on the storm hardship, based on the FEMA elevation hardship, and based on the pie-shaped lot. And we've been very happy and pleased to have Mr. Spagnola and Ms. Randall get to know their neighbors really well. They have great relationships, and they're working together very well, which I know we all like to see. And you all provided some very good feedback, and Mr. Reeford as well, to get us to that point. So, Mr. Chair, unless you all have any questions, that basically concludes what we wanted to present tonight.
Thank you, Brian. Stay where you are. Anybody on the board have any questions of Mr. August? It looks like that, and I think Kyle hit on it, that had there not been the cantilever, the lower floor is almost compliant to our 25-foot setback.
It is compliant, yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you for highlighting it in green up there, because we're talking second floor, we're not talking first floor.
Yes, sir.
Great. Is that do it for Mr. August? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And I did want to note, as you noted, Mr. Chair, in the last meeting, this property is not on not on the end of the road. It's in the middle of the road, so there's not any kind of concern that this is going to cause a distraction or view problem for traffic. So I did want to just clarify that as well.
Well, as you know, we're really concerned about neighbors' approval or disapproval.
Yes, sir.
It was a factor at the last meeting. The fact that now Mr. Knight's been in contact with Kyle, and I know that you mentioned the Sofers across the street who are very active in the city, and if they're in agreement with it, that's pretty crucial.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to come before us and speak? Okay, Madam Vice Chair, let's go ahead and go.
I'm Sam Spagnola, the owner,
Well, you're allowed to speak.
and I just would like to thank the board for their consideration and their guidance during the last meeting. We've never done anything like this before, so it's been a learning experience along the way, and we just appreciate your help. Thank you.
Do you have any questions of us?
No,
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Now you go.
We'll make this as efficient and fast as we can. So we have to ask each one of these questions and we have to vote on them. So the first one is, have you demonstrated that special conditions or unique circumstances exist which are peculiar to the land, structure, or building involved, which were not applicable to other similar structures or buildings in the same zoning district? Yes, approve, no, disapprove.
Ms. Connery?
Yes.
Mr. Gatlip?
Yes.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Ms. Goldman?
Yes.
Mr. Wizawadi?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Second one, has the applicant demonstrated that the variance requested is the minimum variance that will make possible the reasonable use of the land, building, or structure? Yes, it's approved. No, it's not approved.
Ms. Connery?
Yes.
Mr. Gatlip?
Yes.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Wizawadi?
Yes.
Ms. Goldman?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Has the applicant demonstrated that granting the variance requested will not confer on the applicant any special privilege that is denied by this chapter? Yes, approved. No, disapproved.
Ms. Connery?
Yes.
Mr. Gatlip?
Yes.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Wizawadi?
Yes.
Ms. Goldman?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, question number 4, has the applicant demonstrated that the variance requested does not change the use of the property from the use characteristics mandated for districts 1 and 2 in sections 30-51 and 94-252 in Article 4, Division 3 of this chapter? Yes, approved. No, not approved.
Ms. Connery?
Yes.
Mr. Gatlif?
Yes.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Wizawadi?
Yes.
Ms. Goldman?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Question 5, applicant will comply fully with the additional conditions and safeguards which the Board of Adjustment may prescribe, including but not limited to reasonable time limits within which the action for which a variance is required shall commence or be completed. Yes, approved, no, not approved.
Ms. Connery?
Yes.
Mr. Gatlif?
Yes.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Wizawadi?
Yes.
Ms. Goldman?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Question 6, has the applicant demonstrated that the variance requested does not violate any provision or requirement set forth in Chapter 62 and Chapter 74 of the City Code? Yes, approved, no, not approved.
Ms. Connery?
Yes.
Mr. Gatlif?
Yes.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Wizawadi?
Yes.
Ms. Goldman?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
The last question, has the applicant proved that such variance is not in conflict with the City of Bel Air Beach strategic plan? Yes, it's approved, no, it's not approved.
Ms. Connery?
Yes.
Mr. Gatlif?
Yes.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Wizawadi?
Yes.
Ms. Goldman?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes. With all the approved criteria, would any board member like to make a recommendation for approval? Floor is open.
Yeah, move that we approve the variance.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gatlif. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you very much, Carol. Kathy, if you'll go ahead and call the roll.
Ms. Connery?
Yes.
Mr. Gatlif?
Yes.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Wizawadi?
Yes.
Ms. Goldman?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes. Mr. Arms, your client's variance is approved. Thank you very much for coming out and being patient with us again. We hope you have a terrific evening.
Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to your neighborhood.
Yes.
Take care.
Any other items before the board? Any other information? Kathy, do we have any variances coming up anytime soon?
Not currently, but some in the background.
Okay.
Not real soon.
Okay. Let's entertain a motion to adjourn. Thank you, Mr. Dixon.
I second.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Goldman. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand adjourned.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Say hi to Mark.
I'm going to tell her you said, trying to get it to that.
I'm not.